punish anyone who blocks my path.
The blood that flows through her veins is special, and extremely dangerous. If showing pity would put my allies in danger, I will not hesitate to kill her.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fire Emblem 3 Houses. We are still going through all of these wonderful social links. I have a feeling we're actually going to have to go into an episode 3 because there are way too many of these still. So I did go down, I did use the, I did not actually go to the cafeteria because there were just too many of these that couldn't move, and it was a bad idea. But I did use the fate thing, so let's go ahead and get Hubert caught up on what let's go ahead and do this one, and then we'll go to Ferdinand, because Ferdinand has just about all the other ones. And Ferdinand's got a ton.
Linhardt, I finally found you.
Is that how every one of your conversations starts? And is he, like, down under the monastery?
These structures were built more than 1,000 years ago and still remain. Amazing. Most interesting, there's a pattern to the saints' emblems carved into each of the sarcophagi. Here, you'll see if you come take a look.
Perhaps another time. Right now, I have something to discuss with you.
He is so oblivious to tone. I love it.
You said before that you don't care about the usefulness of your research.
Yes, I remember him saying that.
After giving it some thought, I decided that I'd like to create an institution for Crest and Relic research, and I'd like for you to lead it.
That sounds like a lot of work for his part.
All you would need to do is carry out whatever research you like. Somebody else will decide how to make use of your findings. What do you think? I imagine such an environment would suit you quite well.
That actually does. I wonder what reason he'll have to reject it. So I have a feeling he will.
Let's be clear that I have my reservations, but I suppose I'll take you up on your offer.
Oh,
if
okay.
You insist. Although I'm unsure if it's a good idea. If my research dries up, you'll be stuck with a worthless institute. I do hope you understand that, Your Majesty.
That's not the objection I expected him to have. That's kind of awesome.
Why are you skeptical about my proposal?
It's because all I've ever cared about is following my own curiosity, wherever it takes me. Being head of some institution and researching as part of an organized team sounds like no fun at all. At that point, it's not research, it's just a job, and one I've been practically forced into at that. However, since I know you've put a lot of effort into preparing this opportunity for me, and since I like you well enough, I will, begrudgingly, take you up on the offer.
How very giving.
Well then, I suppose I should be grateful. But I'll be honest, I see little point in bringing you on board if you're so troubled by the idea. Let's put this idea on hold for the moment. I'll figure something out for you by war's end.
Can you just leave him to live his life? Is that so difficult for
I
you?
have great respect for your talent, Linhardt. I'm certain I can find a way to make use of it that's to your liking.
Awesome. Alright, and now Ferdinand. And all of Ferdinand's like, look at all this he's freaking got. Man! We'll get the bees out of the way first, because the bees are less interesting. Although not as bad as the seeds, for sure.
Bernadetta, if you have a moment, I would like to discuss what happened before.
Poor Bernie, she's in her safe space.
My nemesis! The hour of fate arrives. Help!
I am not here to hurt you. You need not even open the door. Just listen to me.
I don't have to open the door? Is this a truce? Okay, I like truces.
Thank you. I would like to apologize for sticking my nose into your business the way I did.
You definitely did do a good job of that.
I thought you might be unhappy all cooped up in there, and that maybe I could help. But I've had time to reflect on what you said, and I realize I was mistaken.
Oh, thanks for caring, but I'm fine, actually.
I see that. I suppose that is what I'm trying to say. I should not have pushed you to do something that you did not wish to do.
Absolutely. You need to respect others' autonomy, Ferdinand. He definitely has this, like, compunction where he's the best person to lead, and therefore he should make decisions for everyone else.
And for me to frighten you like that? That was unbecoming conduct for a noble.
Maybe A little bit.
Frankly, I am embarrassed by my behavior. I disgraced myself. As for my injury, you need not feel guilty or afraid. The sprain was a result of my own thoughtlessness, not anything you did. I have always strived to be a good person, but I suppose all that striving was for nothing. I have failed in my duty as a noble.
I've definitely had those like situations with this myself, where like, you kind of realize your actions aren't lining up with who you want to be.
Ferdinand?
Yes, Bernadetta?
I don't really know much about this sort of thing, but you shouldn't say things like that about yourself.
Okay, he's having a moment of self-reflection. Let him realize that he has growing to do.
It wasn't all your fault, you know. I'm to blame too. I hurt you, and I'm sorry.
Oh.
Really, it is fine. It healed quickly.
And it wasn't for nothing either.
I am not so sure.
I do like my time alone. Actually, it's more of a need.
I'm very much the same. I am such an introvert.
But you're right. I also need to venture out every once in a while. Maybe if I work as hard as you do, I can try it a little more.
Yes, keep working at it. You are already much more outgoing than you used to be.
When I mess up, or even when it's just a bad day, it's hard for me to step outside. I'm too scared. But the next day, I try again. Because I know that one mistake doesn't ruin everything.
Good for you, Bernadetta.
So you're still... I mean, just because you... That doesn't mean... I don't know how to put it, but that's how it is. So, the end.
What a graceful end to the conversation.
She is... This is one of her better ones, actually.
Hey! Come on, that was serious! At least I got you to laugh.
Alright. And Dorothea?
Ah, you have arrived at just the right time. Care for one of these handmade treats?
My goodness, Ferdy. When did you become such a talented confectioner?
Wow, this is a very different tone than the last one. Last one, he was, like, genuinely contrite. This seems so... whatever.
Oh, Dorothea, I am hardly an expert.
Nevertheless, you have managed to make some tasty-looking treats.
Well, it is the first time I have tried my hand at it. Honestly, there were several unsuccessful attempts preceding this batch.
Wait. This was my first time trying it. I failed a lot before. Both of those statements cannot be true.
I made these pastries to solve that riddle you gave me. The reason you despise me.
Oh?
You said I was like a bee. The bee is a dutiful worker, just as I am. But the bee inherits a capacious home, with a wealth of honey. Similarly, I inherited my fortune. I did not receive it as a reward for my labor. I surmised that perhaps you'd feel differently about me if I earned something all on my own.
He's so concerned with anyone that doesn't like him, and I'm completely there for it. Because I also get irrationally upset if someone doesn't want to be my friend.
That was my plan. To emulate your transformation from desperate pauper to successful songstress.
All on your own? Did you renounce your nobility? Give away your riches?
No, I made these. I obtained all the ingredients on my own, without anyone's help.
You mean, you got the sugar and the flour?
Yes. To earn the flour, I worked in the fields. To earn the sugar, I carried a merchant's wares.
Who did the cooking? You?
Naturally. I took on some extra chores in exchange for use of the kitchen at night.
I have to admit, that's impressive. Hey, it looks like you had a bit of an accident. Is your hand okay?
That is more than I thought he would do.
I burned myself a little while I was baking. Nothing to worry about.
How can you tell under those gauntlets?
Nonsense. That burn will scar you now. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
Wait, Dorothea! You have yet to try my treats.
You should be fine now, Ferdy. Big shot nobles have to treat their bodies with care just like the rest of us.
There you go again. Noble this, noble that. Though you did say it with less disdain than usual.
Nothing gets past you. As it were, I may have reconsidered you a little.
It is interesting that Dorothea was so dismissive of him, considering that she absolutely is looking for someone of like title and wealth in order to support
You
her.
have reconsidered me? Finally! Just as I had hoped, we are becoming friends. Now then, I propose that we...
I only said I reconsidered a little. And you still haven't figured out why I said you're like a bee. Which is funny, because you look like a bee right now. Bye!
So, I am still a bee. A completely mystified bee.
Alright, the Ferdinand train continues. My god, there's so many of them he has to do. Goodness.
Taking care of some weapon maintenance, Petra? You seem completely absorbed.
Yes, taking care of the weapons has great importance.
I cannot argue with that. That weapon there, is it from Bridget?
No, it is a weapon of Dagda. But the people of Bridget used them often.
Oh, why is used in past tense?
Fascinating. I have read about the weapons of Dagda, but this is my first time seeing one in person.
Because Dagda and Bridget are still there.
Lots of weapons and fighting techniques came from Dagda to Bridget.
Ah, so Dagda to the west had a big influence on the Bridget archipelago.
I really like the term archipelago. I've got to actually admit, I don't know for sure what it means. I always thought, is it just like a sequence of islands?
I am fascinated by foreign fighting techniques. Would you consider teaching me sometime?
I will. But it is difficult to explain fighting with words. We can try sparring, maybe?
Yes, a practical demonstration. I would be quite grateful.
Let's have our beginning then.
Perhaps we should stop there.
Oh? Do you think you have understanding of the fighting techniques from Dagda?
It's interesting that Shamir isn't involved in this.
Yes. Now that I have experienced it firsthand. I used to look down on foreign fighting styles, but I was clearly remiss.
I wonder how many things that Ferdinand has realized that he shouldn't be dismissive
The
of.
footwork, the nimble way you shift your weight is extraordinary. I will have to remember those moves for the next time I am in battle. Clearly, you have honed your skills through practice. Your fist felt as sharp as a spear.
That was a fist? That was definitely like clanging.
Bridget is stuck in between Dagda and Fodlan. It is of much importance to hone our fighting techniques. I am of the royal family, but I am a warrior before that. I must fight to live and to protect my home.
When the alliances of Bridget and Dagda encroached on the Empire, they were always driven back. But perhaps the Empire's victory was due to geographic advantage or divine intervention, rather than military superiority. Having met you, that is what I think. I cannot help but feel a little disgraced. I held foreign fighting styles in such low regard without ever seeing them for myself.
It's always really, really important to never take for granted something you've never experienced. Like, any opinion that you form without firsthand knowledge is bias.
When I came to Fodlan, I felt disgraced for many things that I learned. But there is no disgrace in losing ignorance. We need to be learning and growing with each other, always.
I love that line. I love that no disgrace in losing ignorance.
Yes, by working together we can make progress. And both sides need to look ahead to the future.
All right. Now we're to the A ranks. Okay.
It's strange. I never thought you and I would be able to sit together and drink tea like this.
Drink tea, you say? But that does not smell like tea. The aroma. Would that be coffee by any chance? Imported from Dagda, I believe. I do not care for it myself.
Coffee definitely takes some time to grow. I'm not a big fan of it either.
Knowledge is impressive. Although I should expect nothing less from a noble, I suppose.
I mean, you're also a noble.
Lady Edelgard surpasses you in nearly every respect.
Okay, I random dig for no reason.
I think when it comes to positivity, you may actually exceed her.
Excuse me?
In a way, it is merely a mask for your tactlessness. But even so, your relentless optimism, well, suffice it to say that it is your best quality.
What?
You are constantly striving to grow as a person, to seek new knowledge, to push new limits. When others might get distracted or abandon their path, you never yield. In that aspect, at least, I think you are unmatched.
Hubert, are you alright?
Yeah, that is a little... Huh?
Do you have a cold? Or the plague? Am I hearing a deathbed confession?
It is only a compliment. There's no need for such dramatic exaggeration.
Dramatic, you say?
I do my best to analyze others without emotion. Even if I find you to be a contemptible degenerate, I can still evaluate your abilities in an impartial way.
So, because you assess people without emotion, you are totally confident in your appraisals. It seems I was wrong about you.
Huh. You actually understand.
Interesting. I don't quite know what that means.
Please, do not compliment me again, though. I find it quite unsettling. It is like hearing a snake sing an aria. At least put it in a letter next time.
In the very unlikely event that there is a next time, I promise to put it in writing.
And then Marianne and Manuela. We're almost done with Ferdinand, guys.
Delicious.
Marianne, may I join you?
You just saw the food and you wanted to come over. You're like, oh my god, give me some of
Yes,
that.
Ferdinand, of course. Is something wrong?
I am sorry, but, you seem very different compared to how you were before.
Well, I mean, 5 years have gone by.
That may be true.
Right there. You are smiling. I do not think I have ever seen you smile.
Please, you're making me blush.
I do not mean to embarrass you. I am just saying you seem to have truly changed.
Well, I have you to thank for that.
I feel like it's... like, what?
In truth, I spent a lot of time thinking about what you said. It meant so much when you told me that everyone has a purpose to fulfill. Even me.
It's so sad that you need that told to you, though. I mean, I'm sorry,
I'm
but...
so glad to hear you say that, Marianne. I wonder, did you find a purpose for yourself?
No, not yet. But I've been much happier since I started thinking about it more. I remembered a time back when I was working at the animal clinic. The rest of the staff was so thankful for the work I had done. Even in something as simple as looking after animals, I was able to make myself useful to others. Thinking about it made me realize that anyone can make other people happy, even someone like me.
Why do you need that explained to you? That's... Come on, Marianne!
It sounds to me like you have already found your answer.
What do you mean?
Making people happy. If you ask me, that is a truly worthwhile purpose.
You may be right. I just remembered. I wanted to ask about your food.
Yes? What about it?
Today was my turn to prepare the meal. How is it?
Oh, it is delicious.
It looked really good in the little thing that popped
The
up.
flavor and the texture are superb. So you are certainly making me happy.
I'm glad you like it.
I hope you will learn to like yourself. For what it is worth, I like you.
Oh?
Maybe, if you have the time, you can cook something for me again? For me alone, I mean.
Oh.
Of course. It would be my pleasure.
And the last one. Manuela.
How the crimson rain of pain it came, falling hard upon a land aflame. When the sacred blade had split the sky until the heavens heard our cry.
Okay, actually, he's not bad. He's not a, like, amazing vibrato singer, but, like, considering I'm sure he wasn't hired for his singing
In
talent.
the hour of vengeance, will you heed the call? On the red fields of revenge, will you help avenge? We must fight strong and stand tall.
Okay, again, the voice acting did fine. I don't like this verse as much.
Ferdinand, that song.
Manuela, hello. What a treat. It is most rare to see you at the training grounds. I have never had the honor of sparring with a princess. Why not grab a sword?
You've never sparred with Edelgard? And is she a princess now?
Ferdinand, that's called changing the subject. That song you were singing, is it the one you said made such an impression on you?
So you heard me.
Well, yeah. When she started talking about the song, that should have given you a hint. I'm good at speaking.
I hope it was not too grating on your ears.
You've nothing at all to be embarrassed about. I'm pleased if one of my songs stayed with you like that. Oh, it really takes me back. I remember the big battle in the first act. How the crimson rain of pain it came, falling hard upon a land of flame, when the sacred blade had split the sky, until the heavens heard our cry.
I feel like she should be more vibrato. Like, I'm sorry, but when I imagine the singing, it's like it's not timid.
In the hour of vengeance, will you heed the call? On the red fields of revenge, will you help avenge? We must fight strong and stand tall.
Like, I'm sorry, the Fields of Revenge, will you help avenge? It's just that it's too close. It's not even a rhyme, really. It's not almost the same word.
My heyday is behind me. That's for sure.
No, that was wonderful. Exactly the voice I recall from my childhood. To have witnessed this performance in such an intimate setting, I am deeply moved.
Oh, don't say intimate, it's
I
creepy.
cannot stop trembling. I feel as though I am going to cry. You have shaken me to my very core.
All right, Ferdinand, relax. I can see that it's affected you deeply.
You made a little boy's cherished dream come true. Perhaps you can help realize one more.
Another one? And what would that be?
Would you do the sword dance with me? The one that accompanied the song? It had a part for a male performer, if I recall.
Interesting. How? I mean, you have to. There's no way you will remember it that
I would
closely.
be truly honored.
I'm sure I can't do it as well now as I could then, but you're just so adorably... you. I can't resist.
Thank you so much. That has long been a dream of mine, and you made it a reality.
I gotta say, Ferdinand, you're full of surprises. It was like dancing with a pro. Perfect timing, always in step.
All thanks to you. You inspired me.
There's no way he remembers it that well.
Perhaps it was you who inspired me.
Okay, we're done with Ferdinand. And Caspar got Petra. We already did Caspar, so we want to go ahead and finish that up.
Caspar.
Let's move
that
down the
equipment
thing.
Is new. It is suiting. It suits you.
Oh, right. Thanks.
You seem
You
distracted.
get more strength each day. I do not want to be falling behind.
I'm impressed with how much stronger you've gotten too. More than I have.
No, Caspar, you are impressing to me. I want to be training with you.
Just hold on, Petra.
What is
Okay.
wrong?
Yeah, what? You're hella off.
It's your attitude. How can you act so casual around me? My father killed your father. You shouldn't be able to stand the sight of me.
You're really hung up
You
on this.
actually hate me, right? That's fine. I can take it. I completely understand. Just be honest. Give it to me straight. If our roles were reversed, I don't think I'd be able to forgive you. I don't understand how you could
You are not the one who did the killing, Caspar. Our parents had conflict, but we are not them. I have no worry about it. You should not either.
I don't need to worry? Impossible! I don't think I'll ever be...
You must. If not, the conflict will keep carrying on. If children cannot forgive, it will not ever have an ending. Is that what you are wanting?
Well, of course not.
Please, give it some thinking. I will be leaving now.
Aww. This must be the B rank one. I should have paid attention before I came in here, but that's definitely not a way to end their relationship. Yep, B. There's one more. I do want to kind of, like, resolve that one. Oh, Petra has me. Surprising. Okay, cool. Cool.
Over here, Petra.
Ash, I do not have familiarity with this alley.
That's all right. This is the place I was talking about. It's not much to look at, but the food's incredible.
Here you are, friends. Enjoy your meal.
Looks great. Let's dig in.
I forget what alley this is. This is the problem when I'm doing so many different ones.
Okay, I will be giving this my try. Oh, it has a delicious flavor. Ash, what is this dish being called?
I'm not sure it has a name. They just kind of throw together whatever they've got.
Oh, it's garbage plate.
But that means you never eat the same dish twice. Not knowing what you'll get is part of the fun.
A dish of infinite varieties. You would not be finding such a wonder in a restaurant for nobles. A commoner technique indeed. I give you my gratitude, Ash. I have learned a great many things about the commoner techniques.
Oh, I remember this now.
No need to be so formal. I like showing you around. Not many people want to come to places like this.
But I am feeling that our deal has been very... one-sided. Are you sure you are not needing anything in exchange? If you are not wanting any curses, I can offer other information in trade.
Hey, come on, stop that.
Stop that? What am I stopping?
Talking about payment. You don't owe me anything. We're friends, aren't we? Friends don't pay each other for the time they spend together.
You and I are friends? Are you speaking truth?
I wonder how friendship works in Brigid.
I hope so, at least. So why don't we just talk about whatever we'd like, okay?
I have understanding. I will now be speaking whatever I wish. You are my friend. There are many things I am wishing for you to know.
Okay, that was cute. I like that. I enjoyed that. Oh yeah, and the other one is me.
Professor, please do not be concerned. I just did too much overworking and lost my strength. Yes, that is the truth. Please accept my apology. I have sorrow. I am sorry to be fainting at a time like this. Even though I was not asking for your care and attention, you gave it willingly.
Well, of course. He's a decent person.
I am thinking that is incorrect. Will you have a listen to me? There is something that I must be saying.
Of course.
I am thinking you already have knowledge of why I came to Fodlan.
Yes.
Not for studying, but as a hostage for the Empire. So that Brigid would not be rebelling anymore. It feels like a knife against my throat. That I am making my grandfather obey the Empire.
So you want me to take over Fodlan and give it to your grandfather?
Because I am a hostage, it is not an option to be giving up. I must be fighting and winning and staying alive. I must do anything to be making life better for Brigid. To be making Brigid and the Empire stand as equals. That is what my people are wanting from me. And what my grandfather, the King of Brigid, is wanting.
Now that's, granted, obviously this isn't set, but you guys know for the church playthrough, it's kind of come down to Petra and Hoppy as the people I enjoy spending time with the most. I'm just thinking, if I did end up having Torosh end up with Petra, how uncomfortable would that make Edelgard? Like, yeah, okay, she took over Fodlan, everything is united, but the most powerful person she knows is, like, hooked in with the you know, princess of a rival country that is ostensibly an ally? I can now see it. What if you made a harem with Shamir and Petra?
That is a truth. I wonder what I should be doing. I want to be granting the wants of my tribe. So their wants are my own, correct?
No, your wants are theirs. Not theirs. You can't assume they are on the same page as you. You just want to see them succeed.
What I really want...
God dang it, the Spice Girls song went into my head. That's a
I
problem.
have understanding. Wait, no, I actually do not have understanding. Yet. What I am understanding is that there is something I am not understanding.
That's the first step.
When I know what my true want is, I give you my promise that I will be telling you first.
Works for me. Okay, so there is a rank S for her. Okay, so actually she is ready for rank S. So is Bernie. But most importantly, so is Shamir. I was like, we need to make sure Shamir is ready to go. Because she is definitely it for this playthrough. I wonder why her S is golden. Is that to show that I've actually explored before? And that's also golden though, so no. I don't know why that we're there. Oh, Yaritza. Yaritza.
Yuritsa?
Yaritza.
What?
I've got it all figured out.
Hmm?
Your true identity.
Really?
If my detective skills are correct, then you are the Death Knight, right?
Are you freaking serious?
Everyone already knows that.
What? Everyone knows? But how? Oh, and here I thought that I'd uncover your big spooky secret. Oh, Bernie, you're such a shut-in that you missed the biggest news in town. So, here's the deal, Yuritsa. You've got to tell me a secret about you that nobody else knows.
What? Why?
Why?
Exactly.
Because I sleuthed for hours upon hours. That's got to be rewarded.
Just stop.
Oh, come on. Please. Oh, I know. I've got it. Why do you wear that crazy-looking armor when you're pretending to be the Death Knight?
Stop
Are
pretending.
you just into the look of it? You like spooky stuff?
Well, I may have been drawn to that aspect. To look sinister. To embody death.
Oh, I see. I thought maybe you put on that mask and armor because, just like old Bernie, you don't like talking to people.
You are doing a very poor job not talking to people.
There may be some truth to that. Talking to people is intolerable.
Oh, yeah? I think I'm sensing a real kinship between us. So, with that whole spooky getup on, it allowed you to speak to people with confidence.
Is Bernie going to become a Death Bernie?
No.
Oh, hey, Yuritsa. Don't tell anyone about this, okay? This is our little secret.
I don't mind, but I also don't understand.
Okay, that was great. I appreciated that. And Raphael, almost done.
There he is. Okay, Bernie, you can do this.
You can do this. I believe in you, Bernie.
Oh, Bernadetta. Sorry, just passing through. Didn't mean to scare you again.
No, it's all right. Actually, I came to talk to you. I owe you an apology. It's, long overdue.
Huh? What do you have to apologize for?
I'm hopelessly terrified of you. So every time I see you, I kind of lose my mind.
You're hopelessly terrified of everyone,
Once
though.
you're gone and I get time to calm down, I realize I'm making a big deal out of nothing. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you before. I feel awful. I hope you can forgive me.
Come on now. It's alright. I wasn't really that bothered by it. Promise. I should have been more careful not to scare you. I'm a big guy, and my muscles can be intimidating.
They certainly can.
No, you did nothing wrong. It's all my fault.
How about this? Let's say it's both our fault, and call it even.
Alright, that seems to make sense.
But you know, I've been thinking. You really are scared of everything. Is there something we can do to fix that?
You mean like a cure?
I mean, I'm not sure that there's a cure for Bernie.
Something like that. I think we can figure this out. Your biggest fear is talking to people, right? If that's the case, you need to change the way you think about talking.
He hasn't brought up food once. This is amazing.
Right now, you think it's bad, so you're afraid to do it. I figure if you talk to more people, then you'll think talking is good. It might be hard to suddenly start talking to people, though. You're gonna need to take it slow. Oh, I know. Start with me.
With you? That'll be, tough. Maybe if you turn around, face the other way.
I guess if that's what you need. How's this? I bet if you get used to talking to me, your fears will go away in no time.
She's gonna run away, isn't she?
You're, still really intimidating. But, okay, I'll give it a try.
I was kind of curious what they would talk about, but I guess I don't get to know. Alright. And, hey, we'll finish this off. Next time, I will go ahead and go do my cooking. We might unlock something in that, but then next time we'll explore the place, and we'll be good to go.
Hello, Emile. The War Council is about to begin. Come on.
Please don't call me that.
What's the matter? You're so pale. Have you been injured? Emile?
Sir?
Must slay more.
Okay.
There is no pleasure to be had in these halls. My thirst is unbearable. Perhaps bathing in your blood will help satiate me.
Okay, you're a little insane.
Wait. You're not Emile. You're the Death Knight. You may look like him, but you are not him. He would never say such a thing.
What care I for names? I care only to kill or be killed.
Interesting, I didn't know he was possessed.
I see. So you want to kill me? Then do as you must. It is within your rights.
It actually isn't. I don't know what rights you're thinking about, but...
Rights?
Mother and I must be the reason the Death Knight exists within you. A young boy left all alone in House Bartels without us? I can't imagine how lonely and terrible that must have been. To our half-siblings who bore no crests, we were nothing more than intruders. Their horrible words and violent actions were only bearable because the three of us supported one another through it. All alone in a place like that, it's little wonder that you broke down as you have. We should have rescued you. We should have offered ourselves to save you.
Nonsense.
However, we cannot turn back the hands of time.
Wow, this is much deeper than the Bernadetta one. Jeebus.
You don't understand anything.
Emile?
The day you left, 18 years ago, I told Mother to leave me there.
Interesting, his eyes changed back to blue. This means, is the Death Knight purple and Emile is blue?
What? But why did you do such a thing?
I wanted to protect you. I am glad that we are reunited. I am happy that you are alive. I am so sorry, my dear sister.
Emile.
The War Council? Hello? Alright, and that is... No, it's not it. Constance was hiding her rank A. Haha!
I must thank you, Emile.
Okay, here's Emile.
You came to my aid in that recent skirmish. I loathe being in anyone's debt, so I brought you something as thanks. How it warms my heart to see you taking my advice about learning to work with others.
I do not recall.
You don't recall working with others? Or you don't recall coming to my aid?
My memories from battle are always a blur. The creature that you saw is me, and is not me.
That sounds perfectly meaningless. And yet, I may know exactly what you mean.
Okay.
That aside, this should serve to balance the scales between us. Here.
A rose? Is a rose. Is a rose. Is a rose.
It's the same variety of flower you would give to me. Those many years ago, I found it at a florist in town. Though I suppose your memory of those days isn't as sharp as mine.
I remember this. I gave you a rose when Count Nouvelle brought you along on his visit to House Bartels. I used to tend to the roses with Mercedes and Mother in the garden.
So you do remember. The garden of House Bartels did tend to make an impression.
Mother and Mercedes were always so blissful when they spent time there.
You picked a rose and gave it to me, like the knights in the stories.
That's what... Wait. In the house of the Bartels' garden? So you went to Constance's garden and picked one of her own roses and gave it to her.
Your story took a tragic turn. Time has had its way with you.
I thought the same upon seeing you.
Your sympathy is noted. Of the two of us, only I could be said to have aged gracefully.
I don't know, he doesn't look bad.
That is not what I meant. We cannot go back in time. That was my meaning.
Do not be so hasty. Anything lost can be regained. The garden may be gone now, but that will change once I have rebuilt House Nouvelle.
Oh, derp. Okay. For some reason, I thought she was House Bartels, even though she talks about House Nouvelle like every 3 seconds.
You'll see when you walk into the grand rose garden I shall have planted in the center of the estate. You'll come and see it, won't you, Emile?
I mean, sure, why not?
Along with Mercedes and your mother, of course.
You believe you are capable of that?
With you assisting me, it is practically guaranteed.
Is it now?
You do realize there's not going to be any nobles when we finish with this, right?
Some will undoubtedly take forceful issue with the restoration. That's where you come in. What a privilege I am granting you to play a part in the return of my noble house. A smile spreading across your face? Now that is a rare blossom indeed.
Only when in the company of a select few.
Alright, now we're done, and next time, like I said, I will go ahead and go to the cafeteria, have my meals. I never knew I could walk through pillars. Man, I'm powerful. Just knocking these things over. Next time, I will go ahead and see you back here, where we will explore the grounds, and then move on with probably the battle at the end, unless there is a special battle to do in the middle, but I don't think there are. But we'll find out. See you next time, and thanks for tuning in.